Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another work commute. A very rainy and cold work commute. Got my rain jacket on. Just need to get my gloves on. You haven't seen these gloves before. These are also Odin's originals, the original series with denim on top. Haven't worn these ever since I bought them in the spring, and I want to break them in. I've been riding the heavy hitters, the Bajas, and mostly the skeletal ones. I really like the ones with the skeleton design on them. But yeah, these are full leather, and they need to be broken in a little bit. So let's fire them up like a champ. Like a champ, currently on the clock, 9,326 kilometers. Only 700 kilometers left to his next service. Lights off. Let's turn on the heated grips because currently outside it's 17 degrees Celsius. So winter is definitely on its way. Winter is coming, and it is starting to get a little bit chilly. Alright. Oh, seriously? I don't want to get stuck behind the truck, so... Now, I have been riding Fred for the past month, and I have gotten him in a little bit of rain, and let's just say I'm not all that happy with the way the tires perform in the rain. They're not necessarily bad, but you have to be very, very wary and very careful with them because they kind of like to slip and slide all over the place. And especially if you get some paint like on zebra crossings, like it happened to me here. Yeah, stuff like that can happen. Luckily, Fred is equipped with ABS, with traction control, so all the electronic nannies to help you keep it upright. But the rear tire is getting kind of worn from the long distance road tripping, and I'm thinking about changing tires because I've measured my tire, I've measured the tread left on it, and let's just say I'm not too happy about it. My front tire is okay, but my rear tire, we only have, compared to a new one, because that's the thing. Seriously, dude? How's about this for something? Thank you. So, my rear tire compared to a brand new tire in terms of tread thickness, and I'm not calculating to the wear mark, I'm calculating to completely bald, has about 38% tread left on it. And if I did the math on the distance I want to travel to Milan and back, that's adding another 38% of mileage to the odometer. So mathematically, if I leave to Milan on this tire, I should be coming back with it completely bald. Properly 100% bald. I mean, full racing slick spec. And I'm not too happy about that. I do not wish to do that. And I think I am gonna swap tires. Now Milan is still a month away. The road trip to Milan is still a month away, but I think I am gonna swap tires, especially because I'm leaving in November. It's gonna be some high-speed riding, and I kind of want the tires to back it up. 2 years ago, when I used my Symphony to go to Milan, I did encounter a bit of rain on the way there, and a lot of rain on the way back. And riding highways, riding high speeds in the rain, I kind of want tires that are made for it and thought out for it. So the ones that I know that I have been used successfully are the Michelin City Grip 2s. I have them on my Symphony ST. I have no idea how they're gonna work on this machine, considering it's 3 times as powerful and twice as heavy, but we are going to find out. And I think in the second part of the month I'm gonna order a set of Michelin City Grip 2s for this thing and mount them right before we leave. And then I'm gonna have to do mileage calculations because I really want to see if they wear any better than these things. The Michelins should be much better at wear and much better at grip. I mean, it's a premium tire, that's my experience with them. On my Symphony ST, my rear tire lasted for about 30,000 kilometers. This thing would make it all the way to 14,000. Actually, it would make it probably even a little bit more if I wouldn't be doing a long distance road trip. The trip to Greece really wore it down, and it kind of showed high speed riding on the highway wears down the tire. And unfortunately for my tires, this scooter has been used ever since it was new, mainly riding long distance, and half of the time it was with a passenger on the back, so a lot of weight and a lot of high speed riding. It really didn't help. School, come on, let's do this. Punch it, Fred. So we really haven't been too easy on the tires, neither me nor my colleagues at work. It has been kind of the weekend warrior, being taken on road trips with the missus, either me or my colleagues. And yeah, it kind of shows. that rear tire is getting down on its tread at just almost 10,000 kilometers. But those are the stock tires. They are CST tires. They're not premium tires. They work well enough for this scooter when it's brand new. But after they get worn down, it's time to put some proper premium tires that should make this thing shine even better. Maybe we can get some more cornering performance, because currently as it sits, it's good in the corners, but you do feel the heft. You kind of have to manhandle it a little bit on twisty roads. It is fun to do, but it's not as engaging and as easy to really throw into a corner like some other things are. So maybe proper tires will get that sorted. Now, in other news, like I've accustomed you on these work commutes, I kind of bring you up to date to what's happening with me, what's happening with my fleet, what's happening to the channel. Well, currently November and December are rolling around, are getting close, and advertisers are really happy to engage with content creators and have some decent offers. So considering I have the road trip next year in June to the United States for the Scooter Cannonball, I am kind of saving up money and looking for sponsors for that trip. I think I am going to accept some sponsorship deals in terms of sponsored videos here on the channel, and basically all the money that comes from that to just save it up for next year. And uh-oh, it's the fuzz. Now hopefully they didn't see my maneuver back there, because yeah, that was kind of pushing my luck a little bit. You're not supposed to change lanes right in that section. But shh, quiet everyone. Nothing to see here, officer. Oh, ambulance. Something happened. Oh, a crash. There's a hit taxi back there, and yeah, probably somebody binned it. It kind of happens when you have these kinds of road conditions. People do not adapt their speed to the road conditions, and stuff like this happens. So yeah, I'm thinking about accepting a couple of sponsored videos, not in the sense of sponsored like they send me a shit product and then they give me money and then I tell you it's all great and you should go out and buy it. Hell no, I'm not losing my integrity no matter how big the sum is. I'm never going to tell you guys to buy a product that I do not intend to use myself or that I couldn't use myself. You know, it's green. There we go, traction control. See, what did I tell you about these tires? Slipping and sliding. It's luckily this thing has a long wheelbase and traction control, and the traction control is very delicate in the way it intervenes. Seriously. Yeah, road hazards everywhere. But yeah, I kind of have to be wary of where I am opening up the gas. I'm used on my Symphony that has the Michelin City Grip 2s and has only 12 horsepower. And yeah, you can open up the gas, give it full throttle no matter the road conditions, pretty much. But this thing on not so great tires and 33 horsepower, 37 horsepower instead of 12, you kind of have to pay attention. Now let's give this truck some room. He's going for the first lane. Let's open it up. Traffic. I did leave a little bit early, so I'm not too concerned about my arrival time. It's currently 9:30 or 34 minutes past 9 or 26 minutes to 10, and my work day starts at 10. Now, check out this driver. He's basically on the line of the left-hand lane because that's where he wants to sit. So yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna be accepting any kind of sponsorship deals in the sense that they tell me what I have to say. I am just working on video production. I'm just working to cover video production costs and access to my audience, but what I get to say in the videos is 100% my own, and I do not accept anyone telling me otherwise. But yeah, it's a way to save up money for this road trip. It's a way to rally up the funds to do this road trip. In a way, I kind of want to do it free of big sponsors. Like, I would love to have a big sponsor, like to sponsor the trip, but sponsors come with an agenda, and it's very hard to find a sponsor where he would accept just I don't know, putting his logo like at the beginning of every video from the road trip, and just saying that he supported me, and not promote any kind of product or service or anything. Just tell you guys that this company supported me, and if you wish to support me further, support the companies that support me. It's very hard to find a sponsor like that for the trip, so I am also thinking about saving up the money and doing all kinds of little sponsorship deals to save up the money and be more free when I go to the States. I don't want to go with an agenda of things I have to say, stuff I have to promote. I want to go free there and enjoy the road trip and not worry about the money and not worry about I have to say this in this video, that in that video, and promote X product, promote Y product. It's just more relaxing and freeing. So you might see a couple of sponsor ads in a couple of the videos, but now you understand that these are for our own good, so I can bring you coverage of the 2025 Scooter Cannonball, which is gonna be amazing. And talking about, actually I have to get to the left, talking about the Scooter Cannonball, the 2025 Scooter Cannonball, Donnie is still not fixed. That's why I'm currently riding Fred in this traffic, and yeah, I'm struggling a little bit with his size, but Donnie is still not fixed. I am saving up a little bit of money to get him done. I don't know how much it's gonna cost because we haven't opened up the engine to see exactly what's wrong, but I want to be prepared for a full bottom end to top end rebuild, because it's no joke. I am flying him to the other side of the world, to the United States, and we are going to do probably about 12,000 kilometers in the span of 3 weeks. So he has to be in tip-top shape. So I need the budget to basically, when I open up the engine, to be able to fix absolutely everything and change absolutely every wear item. Because honestly, ever since I got him for the last 48,000 kilometers, I have been running him very hard. He was never meant to be a long distance tourer or long distance cruiser. He was never meant to run at 9,000 RPM for hours on end. And yet with medium grade oil, like inexpensive oil, is the factory oil that Sim provides, and kind of like maintenance every now and then, I've managed to get him up to 48,000 kilometers. And don't get me wrong, he still runs, and he still runs strong. So the piston and the cylinder and the piston rings are still in spec, and he's still running strong. It's just that whining sound coming from inside the engine. I don't know exactly what it is. It might be bottom end bearings, and to be honest, I do not want to do any more damage to him. So I've parked him up until I can fix him, because I have the Zontes to ride, and considering I rode him to Greece and I have to ride him to Milan, I need some proper seat time on the Zontes, on Fred, to get myself acclimated with the riding position, with everything. And it worked out, because on my way to Greece, 13 hours in the saddle, I had no problem, because the position riding this is completely different than the Symphony ST than Donnie. I am used to that riding position with my feet like right in front of me, but with this thing I wasn't 100% used to it, so I started riding it on the daily, and yeah, on the way to Greece I had no kind of issue with the riding position, no back pains, no leg aches, no nothing. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and I'm gonna keep riding him, because Milan is gonna be an 18 or a 19-hour ride, which is a lot, and especially it's gonna be in November. It's gonna be cold. I am trying to get some heated gear. My heated vest from Gerbing, it's still broken, but I might fix that, or I might get some heated gear in. I know there's a company that's sending me a pair of heated gloves. Those should be here anytime soon, and I am gonna be testing them before I go to Milan, and then I'm gonna test them basically on the road to Milan, because I'm gonna be wearing them. Combining heated grips with heated gloves gives you nice, warm, toasty hands for the long ride. And in November, I might have temperatures that are close to freezing, so I might need all the help that I can get. And also the third member of my fleet, Brutus, my 1996 BMW 1100 GS. You haven't seen him on the channel since March, when I gave him, or May. Was it May? I think it was May. Since May, when I lent him to Derek to ride to Brasov, and we rode together on my Symphony, Derek on the BMW. Oh, oil on the road. You haven't seen him since May. I still have him, still haven't sold him, and not planning to sell him. But yeah, I kind of parked him because with everything going on, I'm kind of riding my scoots around. He's still in perfect running order. There's just two problems with him, because his technical inspection expired, so he's no longer road legal. I have to get the technical inspection done. We have to do it every 2 years for motorcycles here. And one fail point is the fact that I have an LED headlight, and I need to get a halogen headlight, halogen bulb into him, because yeah, modifying the stock lights doesn't work here. It's not allowed. It's a failure. And also the cable coming from the rear brake sensor and going to the wiring loom, there's the connector for it. It's kind of wobbly, and sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. And again, if your brake lights do not work, is another failure. So I kind of have to get that cable fixed, and also get a halogen light in him, and then I can take him, get him his technical inspection, and be road legal again. It shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, the light bulb is just changing the light bulb, and I didn't do any irreversible modifications when I put in the LED light bulb. But the connector for the rear brake sensor, the rear brake switch, might give me a bit of a headache, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But again, I haven't had time. I still have Alex's Maxim 400 to prep for touring, because he also wants to ride to Milan, and he's not necessarily a fair weather rider, but I want to prep his machine for true all-season touring. So we got a lot of work to do on his scoot, and I have a couple of products in that I'm also going to test on his scoot. Plus a few other things that I have to test out and film, plus reviews, plus we have units in the showroom I haven't filmed, plus the ADX 300 is, I'm expecting it in 1 or 2 weeks to get a license plate, and we can road trip the ADX 300. So a lot of stuff to do, and very little time to ride that big leviathan of a motorcycle. But I'm still not selling him. I'm still keeping him. There will be time in the future to ride him. I do start him up every 2 or 3 weeks. I keep the battery on a tender, so he's always prepped and ready to ride. And in the future, I do have to change the tires and change the brakes and change my air filter. So that's gonna be a bit of an expense. But I'm not gonna do it anytime soon because I am saving money for other things. So Brutus, until then, he's gonna be just taken out every 2 or 3 weeks around the yard, around the neighborhood, work him out a little bit, move the oil, move everything, all the mechanical stuff inside, get him all up to temperature so he doesn't rot. Because bikes, if they're standing for too many years, they do start to rot effectively. They break down just by sitting. So I run him every 2 or 3 weeks around the yard, so as to give him a little bit of exercise. But yeah, that's kind of an update on everything. And that's hope you guys enjoy these little work commutes, motor vlogs, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time, take care out there, everyone, and ride safe. Bye!